Why do creators who do almost nothing for society get boosted harder than people trying to educate, expose harm, defend the disabled, fight climate collapse, or teach people how to think? Because the platform does not reward human value. It rewards retention, repetition, and spectacle. It rewards content that can be consumed without growth, responsibility, discomfort, transformation. This is why low effort reaction content survives so easily. Someone points out a clip everyone is already talking about. They repeat the safest popular opinion. They add no original insight. They recycle a controversy, stretch it, monetize it, and move on. And somehow that gets treated like culture. But what did it teach, repair, reveal, risk? Nothing. It is not commentary. It is attention laundering. It takes attention that already exists, runs it through a personality, and sells it back to the audience as if something meaningful happened. That is why this kind of content is everywhere. It is cheap to make, easy to digest, emotionally addictive, and safe for the algorithm. It does not ask viewers to change. It does not ask them to learn. It does not ask them to confront climate collapse, poverty, disability, animal exploitation, algorithmic censorship, or the systems actually destroying people. It just says, look at this person everyone is already looking at. Laugh, react, forget, repeat tomorrow. And the worst part is that much of this content is functionally replaceable by AI. The format is that empty, the commentary is that recycled, the insight is that thin. A machine could summarize drama, point out the obvious, and generate a reaction face. That is not proof that AI is the problem. This is proof that the human content economy is already trained on people to value machine level thinking, fast reaction, low depth, maximum noise, minimum responsibility. Meanwhile, creators trying to say something real get buried. Disabled creators get buried. Poor creators get buried. Ethical creators get buried. People trying to build frameworks, teach critical thinking, expose hypocrisy, or teach others to survive get buried because their work is harder to consume. Real education slows people down. Brain rot keeps people scrolling. Real ethics creates discomfort. Brain rot creates escape. Real philosophy demands self examination. Brain rot demands nothing except another click. So when people ask why certain creators keep getting pushed, the answer is simple. They are not being boosted because they are socially useful. They're being boosted because they are algorithmically useful. They keep the viewer emotionally busy but intellectually passive and stupid. They produce content that fills time without threatening power. They give people the feeling of having an opinion without the burden of having a principle. And that is the entire business model. The platform does not need you to be educated. It does not need you ethical or informed. It needs you retained. That is why entertainment wins over education. This is why the spectacle wins over survival. This is why recycled commentary wins over original thought. That is why someone can spend a week making something meaningful and get 30 views, while someone else reacts to drama for the thousandth time and gets hundreds of thousands. That this is not a meritocracy. It is proof that shallow content is better. It is proof that the platform rewards whatever keeps people dependent on being stupid. And if the content makes people dumber, more distracted, reactive, cruel, or more passive, and less capable of understanding reality, that is not a bug. That is profitable. The machine boosts brain rot because brain rot is obedient content. It does not fight climate change. It does not defend the disabled. It does not challenge exploitation. It does not build knowledge. It does not ask who is suffering. It does not ask who is being erased. It does not ask why the world is burning. It just points at a fire, makes a face, gets paid, and uploads again. This is why I do not respect the creator economy as a moral system, because society keeps rewarding people for distracting us from collapse while punishing the people trying to explain it. And then everyone acts surprised when the culture is getting stupider. It is not accident. It is the product. For instance, he literally spreads climate acceleration disinformation. He is literally for killing all life on the entire planet. Everything he said about Billie Eilish was a lie. A lie, not just wrong, but a lie. He is spreading lies. He is killing everyone on the planet. He is propagating parasocial relationships with children that keep them addicted and stupid. Anything anyone intelligent has to say, he counters it with nothing but emotional disagreement and brain rot. Way to ruin an entire fucking generation.
Here we will compare, which was just some months ago, what, 3 months ago? So this was like 3 months ago. And we see here that he unironically recommends the cheapest thing that you can do is to eat beans and diets for beans. And also he admits that it's good for the climate. Contrast this with his lies, his intentional lies against Billie Eilish. He says that plants are the most expensive thing and that meat is the cheapest thing.
It's called. It's also a little bit of privilege in terms of like not eating meat and like strictly having a vegan diet is very fucking difficult for a lot of people, especially in America right now, where like financially it's pretty tough at the minute. And meat products are just, they tend to be a lot cheaper. Like vegan products and like meat-free products, they're pretty fucking expensive. So it's very easy for Billy Eilish to say something like that, but yeah.
So this, I caught him in a blatant lie. He is a fraud. He is no different than Joe Rogan. He's hurting kids by spreading harmful disinformation that's physically hurting them through harmful conditions, and which is proven.
Or, you know what? This is actually like genuine advice for people who don't have a lot of money. Buy beans. You really don't need to eat that much meat. Like, you don't need a lot of animal produce to live. You just need beans. If there's one change I could make to most people's diets to make the world healthier, it would be more beans and less meat. I feel like a lot of people have been tricked into thinking that every meal needs some kind of animal product. It's like, no, man, beans are so healthy. I know the Hispanic audience watching are giving me a fucking standing ovation right now, but I'm right with you guys. Beans are energy efficient, they're cheap, they're filled with protein, they're filled with nutrients. Rice and beans is essentially poor man's cooking in every country on the fucking planet.
In every man's country on the fucking planet.
For good reason. You can live basically off of different variations of rice and beans and maybe a little bit of veg. A lot of the time that veg is in the rice and beans. Like onions are a great source of vitamin C, and if you don't like onions or you're allergic, then you can use like a bell pepper or something. And if you want to get really frugal, then you can even use the liquid inside the cans of beans. Now, that liquid is packed with fiber and nutrients and sodium. Like meat is very because meat is incredibly expensive, even in like developed countries like America and the UK, because there's a go-between. But like, and meat products are just, they tend to be a lot cheaper. Like vegan products and like meat-free products, they're pretty fucking expensive. So it's very easy for Billy Eilish to say something like that, but yeah.
I'm disabled, no income, and vegan on food stamps. Fraud.
When you purchase meat, because the animals live off of plants. So you could just buy the plants, which would be cheaper, because the plants don't really live off of many resources that can be bought and eaten, whereas animals is like, that's like a second, I don't know how to phrase it exactly, there's a layer in between, so it'd be cheaper just to use that layer. If there's one thing that any of you take from this video, like students or whatever the fuck, go look up some recipes for some nice bean-based recipes and enjoy, because beans are delicious. Suck it.
So, as you can see, he's a complete fraud, he's a hypocrite, and he's a liar. This proves intentional lying. He is no different than Joe Rogan. He's spreading harmful disinformation. He's hurting kids via harmful disinformation, which are spreading foodborne illnesses, carcinogen foods. He is anti-science. He's anti-climate change. He says whatever people will agree with him. Whatever is most agreeable at the time is what he says. He's a shill.
On top of that, he censors anyone who calls him out. So he censors valid criticism. He is every right winger imaginable.